Okay, now it's time to take a look at the Phrygian scale. Phrygian scale has a kind of a dark, sort of a haunting sensation to it, as you'll find in the example when we get to the Phrygian chord progression. Hopefully you're starting to see that each of these modes has a mood. Briefly recapping, remember major scale had a very happy sound. I feel happy. The Dorian mode had kind of like more of a blues, rock blues kind of a sound. And you'll see that Phrygian, as our next mode, has a very haunting. If you want to make people sit on the edge of their chairs, this is a pretty good mode to do it with. Okay? Now, let's look at what Phrygian actually is. In the key of C major, the Phrygian is the third mode. Begins on the third degree of any major scale. So, I want to begin each of these modes on the same note. I want to begin on C. So, if we want C Phrygian, answer this question. C major equals E Phrygian. So C Phrygian equals which major scale? So the answer is, of course, A flat major scale. C Phrygian is the third mode of A flat major scale. Now let's go over here and look at our chart a little bit, and we can see the notes of A flat major scale written out. A flat, B flat, C, etc. Beginning directly below the third degree on C is the notes of the C Phrygian scale. C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat. Now how is C Phrygian different to C major? It's pretty obvious when you compare the two. You can see that the second degree, the third degree, the sixth and seventh are all flat. So you can take any major scale, lower the second, third, sixth, and seventh, and you should have a Phrygian scale. So this is what the formula looks like. Phrygian scale equals 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7. Let's have a look at that on the guitar now. Once again, here's our basis of all music theory, the major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Now we need to flatten the second degree. So we get 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6, flat 7, 1. Radically different it sounds from A flat major. This is what I'm talking about when I say emphasis. I'm placing the emphasis or making the root sound a C. Now if I play the same emphasis, I should say play the emphasis at A flat, make it sound like major. Listen to the difference even without a chord progression behind me. That's the same notes. Sounds like major. Now listen to with the emphasis at C. Very different sound. And it'll be even more evident with the chord progression. Check this out. So we want the Phrygian chord progression next. Remember, you take the 4 and 5 chords from the major scale that we're drawing from, and then use as a pedal bass the root of the mode within that major scale. So we're drawing from the key of A flat major. What's the 4 and 5 of A flat major? D flat and E flat. Okay, now we need to put those under which bass? Well, the root of the Phrygian mode in A flat major is C. So here is a D flat chord with a C bass. And here's a E flat chord with a C bass, same as C minor 7 again. So this is what our progression sounds like. Very dark sounding. Okay, makes people nervous. It's a very heavy sounding mode. It's kind of like a Spanish minor, I suppose. Now once again, this is what happens when I put A flat under the bass of the same chords. Now it sounds happy again. Make it dark sounding. The bass makes all the difference with the emphasis. Okay, now it's time to take a look at our C Phrygian neck diagram. Once again, you see the one with the circle around it is the C root in each case, and we've compensated for the Phrygian formula by adding the flat 2, flat 3, flat 6, flat 7. So everywhere you see a flat 2, that's going to be a D flat in the key of C. And E flat is the flat third each time, over the entire fretboard. It's crucial to look at the fretboard like this in terms of intervals from the root. Okay, now it's time to listen to our Phrygian chord progression. Let me just remind you of the sound of it one more time. E flat over C and D flat over C, the 4 and 5 chords from A flat with the C bass. Here's what it looks like in the music format. Chord progression, C minor 7, once again, is the same as E flat over C bass. E flat with a C bass. D flat with a C bass. Okay, let's get to it.